Oh, why did we even do this tonight?
Well, maybe this will turn into an episode. Maybe it won't.
Yeah, maybe this is a classic, you know?
I don't know.
Maybe this one, just like the whole thing, needs to be free.
I would imagine this one.
Or like maybe
No.
Joe and I just talking like Slava ad libs every once in a while. That cut off in the middle. So yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys believe Drew actually has COVID? I don't.
No, I genuinely think he's lying about it, and we're gonna see photos of him at some fucking like Philly hardcore show tonight. And
No, didn't he
just
go
like,
to his
Michael Rubin's
show
house?
like a couple days ago? Wasn't he saying that he was at his show? He definitely got it at that show, right?
he probably
Allegedly.
met someone over there. He's like, yo, you should come to this other show. He's like, oh no, this sounds sick. He's like, hey guys, guess what? I got COVID. Yeah. What are you gonna do except go to another sick show tonight? Yeah.
He's
It's
going to
beautiful,
see.
it's beautiful
Yeah.
weather outside. Like, yeah, of course I wouldn't want to be podcasting either, but
Is it beautiful weather where you guys are at too?
Yes, but it's fake. Don't get it twisted. It's
Oh, yeah,
just
no,
a fucking
this is
tease.
insane.
It's just yeah.
This is
I hate this
insane.
shit because I love it. I get so excited, and then it just gets fucking yanked from me either the next day or a day or two later. I try to ignore days like this.
well,
Why,
the rest
really?
of this week is going to be really good, and then it drops back down next week. Man, what
Right.
the fuck? Yo, what is this groundhog on, man? Just be lying like shit.
I don't think March should be even considered. I'm gonna have to shift the way I really feel about March.
Yeah, welcome to Nersy, motherfuckers. This is a podcast about music. My name is Slava P, and I'm joined by Trey, and we're produced by Steel Tip Dub, aka Joe. Theme music by Craig Jenkins, who was the first guest on the Nersy Guide to Ethical Hating, which you should subscribe to if you want to listen to the full thing. But yeah, we're here.
Also, just
Drew
subscribe
has,
in general. We have a bunch of good stuff besides the ethical guide to hating, but yeah,
and in 1 month, it's going to be $25 a month. So you better get in on the ground floor.
yeah.
Trey, what are you drinking on?
I'm drinking on a tepache. Yeah, they
What?
usually don't come alcoholic, but it is a
Sazon.
Mexican
Wow.
pineapple wine.
Wow.
Yeah,
Mexican
you can make this
pineapple
shit in your
wine?
house, non-alcoholic. It's like, you know, kombucha, but not for nerds.
Mm.
Yeah.
When I worked at Whole Foods when I first moved to the city, kombuchas were very brand new and very trendy, and at least maybe once every other day, someone would buy one, very excited, and as they were walking out, they would shake it up because it just kind of seems like a drink you should shake up because of the sentiment
The
and
sediment,
stuff.
yeah.
Oh,
But nobody
yeah.
knew about them, and even like most of the workers there, the cashiers and stuff, we had to learn that people would shake the shit out of it, open it, and it would just blow up. We'd have to call for clean up, and people learned quick not to shake their kombucha.
You shouldn't be shaking anything that's in a can.
Those were not in a can. Think of it. They were those glass. They're still popular to this day. The Synergy.
Okay. Okay,
Those
I'm thinking about the
glass
ones we
skinny
sell
bottles.
at the wine shop. We sell like the June Shine hard ones at the wine
Yeah,
shop.
no.
And for some
These
reason,
were
that's
not
what
hard.
I'm into.
These were like, yeah.
June Shine?
They were very soft kombuchas. Yeah.
What's June
June
Shine?
Shine. June
brand.
Shine's just a brand who makes all sorts of weird fermented shit that like also sometimes has alcohol in it.
Okay.
They got a
I
little
thought
pop
it
up
was
in Williamsburg right now.
But like
Oh.
15 years ago, when kombuchas were like very brand new and trendy, people didn't even really, at least here, I'm sure they were popular all over the world, different places, but not in New York City.
Nope.
Oh, they were popular in Williamsburg. I'll tell you that much.
I'm saying when they first got popularity, people didn't know not to shake them, and they were fucking getting all over themselves all the time.
If you drink kombucha, that's like eating a vegetable. Like that.
No,
you
it's
can
like
count
eating a
that-
bunch of bacteria that, like, you know, you could have just got some Metamucil and been a normal fucking person. But nah, it's like, oh no, I need my gut health and, you know, biomes and other science words I don't fully understand. And
You know, Metamucil that's hard currency in jail, Metamucil, because they if you're on methadone or Suboxone, it's hard to shit. So they give it to guys who are on methadone and Suboxone so they can shit. But then there's guys who take methadone and Suboxone who aren't prescribed methadone and Suboxone, so they need the Metamucil as well. So Metamucil becomes a hard currency. It's like crypto.
Well,
I
no, it's
can't. I
not
can't
like
tell if you're being
crypto at
serious right
all.
now. There's so many. They don't have coffee in jail.
Like
Canadian jail,
not
they don't have coffee.
That won't cut
they
it for
have
hard drugs.
yeah, not for Suboxone or methadone, bro. That's like straight up opium. You're
Um,
clenched right up. You're like a fist.
yeah, coffee won't cut it. I would say all of that was true except for the crypto thing because crypto cannot buy you Metamucil
That's what
in
threw me off.
jail.
That's what threw me off. I was like, now that he introduced crypto, I'm like, this can't be real. Yeah,
Do you guys have any crypto?
yeah, I do.
Don't
I
you want to
have.
see?
Yeah. Let's see how it's doing. Logging into Robinhood.
It's up.
I have. I
I can
bought
tell you
as a
that.
joke. I bought Dogecoin, and it's
Oh,
Yo, my
you're rich,
Dogecoin is
rich.
keeping my portfolio afloat from what I remember. Yeah, I am over the month. I'm up $547. Okay, yeah,
All
72%.
right.
Oh,
nice, nice.
Dogecoin's over point 0.1. Oh, Dogecoin's fucking booming. Bitcoin, yo, the crypto is going crazy right now.
Yeah. So this is a financial advice podcast now. You guys should listen to whatever we say. And we say put all your money in the dog coin.
I still have AMC stock for some reason, but it's only point 0.2 shares.
Is MoviePass still a thing?
No.
Nah, as far as I know, nah.
That shit was
Okay, all this shit is
hilarious.
high as hell again.
Yeah, there's no way that was financially viable ever.
Dude, that shit was funny. I mean, like that. It
Okay,
was genuinely hilarious. Movie Pass.
All time, my crypto portfolio is up 139%.
Nice.
Rookie numbers, bro. Gotta get
Yeah.
your numbers up. Should be 1,000.
Well, because I'm not a freak who, loves Twitter so much he wants to suck Elon off, and
he posts good memes, bro. First of all, it's called X. Second of all, the memes are funny that he posts.
Okay,
Where else would you see
this
those?
is my all-time chart.
Damn,
That's
number go
Doge
up.
or that's no investing.
Just entire
everything.
portfolio.
Right,
yeah.
right. Yeah, I only have Doge anymore.
Can I look
so
at my
like-
Doge all the time? Like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no, not my personal one, I don't think. But my position, my total return on Doge alone is 361%.
Yeah, it's very stupid, and
It's a very stupid thing.
Man, look, I've had this shit enough that like I might just cash this out and rid myself of internet money.
Do it. Stop worrying about what number it is that goes up.
I mean, if you don't need it right now, I would say wait at least a little bit in case it keeps going up.
It looks like they're doing one of those pump and dumps again. So I'll just wait for them to pump it up even more, and then like 5 years from now, the next pump, I'll be like, oh, cool, I could put a down payment on the Camry, and yeah, just do
I only
that.
know one person in real life, and I don't even know him. We're not close, but who bought a house because of the first Bitcoin thing that everybody got rich on. But if you remember, the second one was even bigger, and
Right.
he would have been like a multi-millionaire
What
if
about
he
two
didn't
houses?
if he didn't sell. He could have bought like 5 houses. It was like that crazy. He made a ton of money on the first time, and when he sold most of it, but it was like it's exponential, right? So if he had not sold any of it, it would have been absurd. And he was like, I mean, like that must hurt. It changed his life, but that
He still made a lot of money.
I know,
he
I
has
know.
a house. Like
I know, bro. But think about it. Like, we're talking about if he made like 400 grand, unbelievable. And then, but if you do the math, it's like I would have had $7 million. Like, I don't know.
No,
it's like
you
that
can never
sort
do
of
the
thing.
math. That's the thing. If you bought crypto at 30 cents and you sold it for like $7, you're like, oh my God, I'm a genius. Like I'm a financial wizard. I'm the
Yeah, but then
smartest
it
man
went up
that's
to
ever
like
lived. And then it goes up to
$1,000.
no, and
$18,000.
also he did it before they started taxing. He did it before the U.S. government got involved, so that might be smart.
But still, man, that's a shocking thing to think. Like, again.
No, you can't think of things that way.
I know.
Also,
It's like if you meet the love of your life and you marry her and you have kids, and then you meet a slightly more attractive version of that same person 10 years down the line, what are you gonna be like? Fuck.
No, people don't work that way. Money does.
Only
though.
crypto?
No, it's just like fun.
it's also like there's a difference between being like a cool rich dude and a fucking dork ass rich dude. And I think
Is
if you
there?
sell it that early, you're still you're in the running to be a cool rich dude. It's like, yeah, man, I just have a house. I can
Yeah,
afford to
yeah.
throw
I
a
mean,
bar-
like,
I can afford to throw a barbecue in my backyard like every 4th of July, and I'm happy, and that's sick.
I have to imagine he
Yeah.
was like, "Well, this will
Or
never
you
happen
turn to
again."
Elon Musk, and he's like, oh yeah, a bunch of like
Yeah,
nerd.
that's a good
He's
point,
like, yeah,
actually.
epic posting, sir, and like that kind of stuff. Like if someone ever said that to me, I'd reevaluate my life. But he eats
I'm gonna
that
tweet
shit up,
that
which is
at
how you know
you
he's not
right
cool.
now.
Do not
I'm
ever.
tweeting Trey right now.
I'll
What's your
block you.
last
I
tweet?
swear to God, I'll block you right now.
Pacino at a perk 30. Epic post, sir.
Yeah,
And
man.
guess what I'm doing?
Tweeted. Hey, why can't I see your tweets anymore?
You're about to not see my tweets no more.
Did you guys watch the
Try
Oscars? 'Cause I haven't watched that
try
shit.
looking at my tweets again.
I'm looking at him right now.
Blocked in real life on the podcast.
Trey, that's not funny.
No, I did not watch the Grammys.
Yo, your post wasn't
Oscars.
either, so like it's fine.
The Oscars, not the Grammys. Trey, unblock me. That's not funny. I know you're doing a bit for the podcast.
Block it
I
back.
think
Can
it's
you
a
block?
refreshing
Can you
Well, I
block
got to reel my
someone?
shit back. How about you? If you delete your tweet, I'll unblock you.
All right, no, I'm gonna block you back. Joe's right. The only way to deal with violence is more violence. Damn, the only podcast to have both co-hosts block each other on air.
I didn't know you could block someone who blocked you.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
about to block your ass too. Take that. You didn't just come to my defense. Steel tipped.
I did. I said
This
block
is what
it
happens
back.
when we don't have an adult. Yeah, we don't have an adult in the room. We just become petty
They're
little
just
bitches.
fucking Lord of the Flies. It's like Joe's talking to Slava, and next thing he sees is like me behind him in the camera. Like, yeah. It's like, how'd you even get up there? Like, yeah.
Joe, what's this emo punk hipster guy video you're talking about?
I don't want to talk about it, man.
Okay,
I-
cut.
You really haven't seen that video?
No, I go online for an hour a day. And
Oh,
it's mostly
okay. All
in the
right.
group
All right.
chat.
That's cool. If it was any more than an hour, like you would have seen the video. I have to assume Trey knows what I'm talking about, but maybe not. I guess.
Are you talking about the dude who was doing the outfits?
Yeah.
Oh man, there was a real. Actually, I can't read this tweet.
I don't want
I don't think.
to.
But the way I found out
Giving
about
this so much
it was,
oxygen already. Speaking of things that need more oxygen, Sydney Sweeney's upper half.
okay, all right. Yeah.
That topic is so funny to me because it's no one in real life outside of Twitter. You know how people say no one in real life outside of Twitter are talking about that? Most of the time, that's not true. You know what I mean? Like usually, nobody in real life has any real life issues with that woman other than she's hot. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all that exists. That real. Oh yeah, I know her. She's hot. Move on. Like she's. It's insane to me.
Okay, I don't know how like conservatives decided that like people on the left don't like boobs.
They
No.
didn't. Just
It's not
fake
that.
writers from conservatives decided that.
Do you remember when she had the barbecue and her one of her close family members had like a Blue Lives Matter shirt? That's why they're like clinging onto it. Is they're like, oh, remember you hated this thing that you like now, hypocrite?
Her family.
That's it.
She's probably got a ton of MAGA people in her family.
Yeah, she's a real person. She's not a nepo
she
baby.
confirmed does. She joked about it
Yeah.
on SNL, and like she got away with it, which is like just proof that like leftists also like boobs. Like I don't.
Yeah,
Bro, everybody likes boobs. Did you guys watch the movie though, the Glenn Powell movie? Anyone but you?
Nah, I've been meaning to put it on my list, but there are just so many other movies I'd rather see out.
No, it's terrible. It's the worst movie I've ever seen, but you should watch it.
Sorry, who's Glenn Powell? What's the movie?
The guy from Top Gun. It's called Anyone But You, and it's Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell. Glenn Powell is Maverick from Top Gun, like the new version.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Wait,
You haven't seen the new Top
Joe,
Gun?
is this the video you were talking about?
The guy who said something at the end. And
Oh,
honestly, I don't want
this?
to diminish it because a lot of women were like, "Oh, no, this is not the fucking video I was talking about." What?
Oh, okay.
Oh my god,
There's
it is
two types of
it is the
videos?
No. It's the exact same type of video. It's just a different
Okay,
guy.
so Joe shared a video of a tweet that says having dope AF punk vibes and then 3 greater than emojis. It's from February of last year. And it's a guy who looks like what's that like Irish guy that everyone hated? From Banshees of
Morrissey?
Inisherin? Nah, that's who. Yeah, he looks like that
Morrissey's not
guy.
Irish, like, I don't know.
But he's wearing like short sleeve shirts with the Misfit labels on them and like a little kerchief. You don't see that many.
No, there was a video of a guy dressed like a fucking hipster, and he was like, "I look tough, but I just cried to Phoebe Bridges or something like that."
Oh no,
Oh
I saw that.
my
I saw that one. I know what
god!
you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
You do know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, and it's like, nah, man, you just live in Bushwick. Like,
Everybody.
What's the flavor of hipster in Bushwick now? Is that what it is, Trey?
well, I mean, that never really changed, but it's guys like that. It's also just like a bunch of Burning Man types,
Hmm.
and
Like tech
then
bros who do ketamine,
no tech bros who do ketamine every once in a while. There's a
right?
difference.
As therapy, as therapy.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, this is for medicinal things, and it's like, dude, just shut up and sniff up. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
gotta
Take
force
those
the person to
people.
sleep, you know.
Oh my god.
That's terrible. That's like a trend. But you know what? Hipsters weren't much better. Shaving half of your head and listening to Dead Mouse is kind of the same thing.
I mean, hipster is not much. Doesn't mean much other than younger than me, the person saying it often. I mean, like, or at least it often just refers to like people in Brooklyn at this point. Like, it doesn't even really have a meaning. It's just like,
No, Silver
I think
Lake,
hipster was kind
California.
of like, oh, this person thinks they're cooler than me, and they're not. They're not. So they're a hipster.
yeah, I don't even know
And then
what
there
Oh,
were
they're
the
people
fake
who
meaning
cool.
was.
sincerely identified as hipster, and that just meant you shopped at American Apparel and Urban Outfitter and shit, you know?
But
Where do those people
now
shop
or
now?
then? That's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Like now or then? Because it reminds me of like the Vice era is what hipster was like.
Well, you know
Right.
how everything like starts in like New York or LA and then spreads out?
Yeah.
Yes.
I firmly believe there's like a bunch of people in the Midwest who are living like mid 2000s Brooklyn hipster lives.
M-
Like
Yeah.
we're gonna get like the next big blanks t-shirt line out of fucking like Bloomington, Indiana. All respect to Bloomington. It's a great music city. I love a bunch of people from Bloomington, but like, yeah, that's just what we're shaping up for, man. It's just smaller cities are going to end up being like the capitals, and those are going to be the ones that get overrun. And yeah, good. Get the fuck out of New York, you know,
I
Overrun
don't
by
even.
who?
by people who are looking for the next cool thing. They're going to get Austin,
Mm,
is what I'm saying. They're going to get Austin.
mm. Austin's cool as hell, bro. That's where they have South by Southwest.
I don't know shit about what happened over there, except like the army is now supporting indie music and Bandcamp and stuff, and you know, good on them.
Man, the Army has such a big marketing budget. Hint, hint, Nersey needs a sponsor. But had you guys ever considered joining the Army?
Wow.
Oh, I
So,
did.
so when I was like 16, 17 in high school, I used to go work out at the YMCA because I was skinny. I wanted to do shit in my private time. Still am skinny, but I was skinny back then when it was much more dangerous to be skinny.
Skinny in the
Yeah,
90s.
yeah. And I was not in high school in the '90s, piece of shit. Uh,
Frey, you old as hell.
nah, but yeah, it's just
I
you would
was.
like get to the YMCA, walk through the parking lot, or walk towards the door, and there was always an army recruiter there.
What was the pitch?
The picture was like, "Hey, you look poor," and I'm like, "I'm not." And they were like, "Oh, where'd you go to high school? Oh, St. John's. Are you in JROTC?" I'm like, "Nah, not anymore." And they're like, "Well, you should join the army. We'll give you a Camaro." And it's like,
Oh yeah.
I can't drive a Camaro when I don't have any legs. So like, yeah.
No, you don't even have to do shit. You just have to like work an Xbox controller now.
Well, this wasn't the case back then. This was before the drone strikes really started happening and shit. This was like '04, '05. Bush
Yeah,
only
you would have
started
gone in
doing the
at the.
drone strikes and shit. Like, I didn't know Obama was gonna happen. Otherwise, yeah, maybe I would have joined the army.
I have a feeling they now all get to use the drones.
You think that's like a high level position or low level position where they're like, put this fucking guy on drone duty. He can't fucking hold them up.
He's gonna end up killing three of his like fucking squad mates, tripping over.
Yeah.
Have a
Yeah,
feeling.
Yeah, it turns out
Yeah.
the guy controlling drones is the stupidest one. It's like, we told you explicitly not to blow up the school bus.
Yeah,
He's
we
like,
said
I
no
thought it was
weddings.
I thought it was
No
a U-Haul,
weddings.
man. I thought it was a U-Haul, man. Like, no, you shouldn't be doing that either, but all right. Don't worry, we'll cover it up.
So apparently bands pulled out of South by Southwest over US sponsorship and the Gaza war. And then Greg Abbott, who's some US mayor or something, he
No,
got mad
that's
at
what he
that.
is. He's a U.S. mayor. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then South by Southwest tweeted that South by Southwest does not agree with Governor Abbott. They said, "We are an organization that welcomes diverse viewpoints. Some of them are war is good, some of them are war is bad. Diverse." They also say, "Music is the soul of South by Southwest, and it has long been our legacy. We fully respect the decision these artists made to exercise their rights to free speech." Then there's another tweet I'm going to skip because it's boring. And then they say, "The defense industry has historically been a proving ground for many of the systems we rely on today." Very true. IBM, for example. "These institutions are often leaders in emerging technologies, and we believe it's better to understand how their approach will impact our lives."
Okay,
So
first of all, didn't South by Southwest start up as like a film festival?
I don't even know. I think tech, but like back when you had to back
It
when
didn't
like
start
working
off
for
as
an
a
app.
music. It did not start off as a music festival. I know that goddamn much. So they're lying
That's correct.
from the jump. Yeah.
Yeah, they were like a tech incubator for nerds who were agoraphobic and couldn't leave Texas to
No,
go to
no, I
Miami.
seriously think they started off as a film festival. I know you're being funny right now, but I seriously think they
I don't think
started
they
off
did.
as yeah.
Okay, I'm searching the history of South by Southwest. Do I believe this?
I'm just going to the wiki.
I'm going to their personal page. Yeah, it looks like a bunch of fucking creatives. It emerged as a premier destination for creatives across the globe. In 1986, Ronald Reagan was president. Electronic mail was used primarily by universities and the military. The Berlin Wall was standing. The euro did not exist. Many phones used rotary dials to enter numbers, and the Apple Macintosh was 128 kilobytes of RAM, sold for $5,500 in 2015 dollars. That same year, a small group of people in Austin, Texas began a series of long discussions about the future of entertainment and media. The meetings were in offices of the Austin Chronicle, and participants were sworn to secrecy. The fundamental opinions shared by this group was that local creative and music communities were as talented as anywhere else on the planet, but were severely limited by a lack of exposure outside of Austin. And that's the origin of South by Southwest. And now it's propaganda.
Singer-songwriter Michelle Shocked was a keynote speaker at the 92 South by Southwest. She caused controversy by delivering a speech written by her then husband Bart Bull, criticizing white musicians for stealing from I'm not going to say African American, no, stealing from black artists. And then later during the same conference, when she tried to kick the band Two Nice Girls off of a benefit concert, a move some called anti-gay due to Two Nice Girls' overly lesbian image.
Go woke, go broke.
Well, this was in the 90s and it's still around, so like I don't know if that applies here, but
But it rhymes, Trey.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
80 bands pulled out, or artists and bands pulled out. No films pulled out though. All these people like Ryan Gosling and a bunch of actors are still down there.
Guess
People
who got their big break at South by Southwest?
Drake.
Him?
Fucking Hanson.
Nice.
Anson Oliver?
Yeah, we wouldn't have Mbop with us, you know.
Those guys are Canadian. I feel like South by Southwest peaked in the year 2012. Do you guys remember 2012 South by Southwest?
No.
No.
Good Music had a showcase, and their big announcement was that 2 Chainz was signed to Good Music back when things like that mattered.
2 Chainz was like the big.
Is that ringing a bell for anybody?
I remember 2 Chainz getting signed, but I don't remember that. Like, actually, no, you might be right. Because
Well, the reason you don't remember it, 2012 was actually like the year. So the big showcase was Slaughterhouse, but the opening act was supposed to be Machine Gun Kelly. But then Kanye West and Good Music ended up getting slotted in between MGK and Slaughterhouse. And Kanye was writing the My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I remember this because shout out to friend of the pod, Rich Kid, Toronto rapper, not Rich the Kid, but Rich Kid. He was posting about this heavy on Instagram today, and it jogged my memory. But yeah, 2012, that was the last year.
Yeah, I was talking about you just because Machine Gun Kelly was involved. So yeah,
Well, yeah, that's why. Well, of all of Diddy's proteges, he is the most well-adjusted.
yeah, he's gonna pop up in the lawsuits, and you're gonna have to walk everything back, man. Yes, Jules apparently got fired from
No.
No, don't get fired. You're so sexy.
apparently she violated an NDA worth 7.7 million in fines.
What company was that?
Yeezy.
Easy.
Oh, he's not going to pull the trigger on that. Oh my
Well,
God, the Daily Mail.
Milo. Okay, so I'm looking at a screenshot from a email Milo Yiannopoulos, or whatever the fuck his name is.
What? That guy exists still?
Yeah, and he works with Kanye.
He's
Yeah,
woke now.
he's the chief of staff of Yeezy, according to his.
No, you're fucking kidding me.
It's also, if you want to call his cell phone, it's stories and his office phone is
Yeah, well, I won't be calling, but
Hello, Mayo Yabadabadabadabulus.
This looks fake, actually.
yeah, I don't. That can't be real, man. I don't know. I mean, even
Sorry, I ate the garbage. Yeah, that's on me.
Dragon Ball Z. Yo, you guys fuck with Dragon Ball Z or what?
Yeah, it was a pivotal thing in my childhood.
Yeah, that's crazy how that's the case for everybody all over the world. Did you see the Mexican cartels went on strike for like a ceasefire for a day because of it?
Yeah,
Dragon Ball Z.
Down to mourn.
Yeah, the dude that made Dragon Ball Z, he died.
I was not familiar with. I mean, I'm familiar with the show, but I didn't see it. I think I missed it via my age by a couple years. I turned 41 this year, so
I watched that shit when I was like 36. No, wait, I'm only 34 now.
okay. So,
But I watched that shit like
as an
really
adult,
late in life. Yeah, yeah. Akira Toriyama. You're right. It only had the 1K.
Yeah.
But this guy died, and he made one of the most beloved
Sucks.
franchises of all time. To the point where you could be like, "Do you watch anime?" And no, Dragon Ball Z doesn't count. And you would figure out whether or not.
Because I know Dragon Ball Z does count, man. I'm watching the motherfucker charge up all his energy for like 5 episodes.
5 episodes, bro. Fuck, bro.
And a lot of the storyline is just like dudes standing around being like, "Oh, he's getting so powerful." It's like, it's just like while he's doing that, just go hit him. That was my only clue. Like, he's not that strong yet. He's getting stronger, but like like don't let him go Super Saiyan, man.
The classic joke being, how many Dragon Ball Z characters does it take to screw in a light bulb? Just one, but it takes 7 episodes.
Yeah.
my classic joke. Did you write that in your head just now?
No, he
No,
saw
I
it
saw it
on
on
4chan
4chan.
2 years ago or 2 days ago, and he's been waiting to use it. Yeah.
I saw it on 4chan when I was 14. I have a whole hard drive of memes I saved when I was 18.
That might be a subscriber tier, the Nersy meme archive.
Do you guys have that?
I have a
do
meme
not.
archive.
No.
From how far back?
Pretty far back.
That's valuable, dude.
Yeah, I'd say my hard drive, my external hard drive I have, or one of them is like at least 15 years old.
Holy shit. And there's just mad JPEGs on there?
Dude, the JPEGs, the Atilly fucking downloads and shit. Adaptive downloads and stuff. What?
What's Atilly?
It was a website where like I would just go download 60 albums a day and it would get shut down and then pop back up.
I don't know Atilly.
That's where I found out about like Max B and French Montana.
Nice.
How much of your like
Other people. Yeah, but like it was just easy. Like you would just scroll down. It's like, what did they upload today? It's like, oh, I didn't know we got new Wayne today. And sometimes it would just be like some DJ's compilation. Sometimes it'd be real Wayne, but like it always had songs I never heard before.
Nice.
that was the best way to learn new Wayne is to listen to some kind of like photoshopped cover where he's like an angel slaying a city, and that's the first time you heard prostitute flange.
Yep.
How much of your music diet is made up of new music? Like every week, how much new music do you listen to? Joe, you're exempt from this question because I feel like your numbers are skewed.
Joe helps make the new music, so like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, even the stuff I don't make, I'm a little, and this is not necessarily a positive thing, obsessed with only hearing new stuff. So like 80%.
Jesus. Trey, how about you?
it's gone down significantly since I was working over at the old blowjob factory. But yeah, it's I always scan to see like what new stuff is coming out. Like I have a couple accounts who I'm like, okay, let's see what they says coming out or like what's good and stuff, and I'll just go check Spotify. But a lot of my new stuff is just it's that thing I'm said a while ago about how I'm just like revisiting stuff I never really gave a bunch of attention to before.
Hmm.
Always listening to something new. It might not have come out that Friday.
Well, that's exactly my point. Is like you have a finite amount of hours in the day to listen to music, and you have your entire like adulthood slash childhood to draw from for memories of music you liked.
Oh,
So
dude, I forget a bunch of the music I liked too. Like something to pop up in my head, and I'm just like, oh yeah, let me put on Country Grammar in the Wine Shop. That was a fun album.
Yeah, I need it. Like I have to listen to new and old music too. Like, but to make stuff, I have to listen to stuff obsessively, or I can't make new stuff. I know not everyone works that way. That's just the way my brain works.
do you have like a
So,
palate cleanser?
what does that mean? Yeah, like podcasts. You mean like to
Well, just
not be
anything that
listening?
you listen to that you, like between music, so you're not like thinking of the last thing when you're listening to the
Yeah,
next
like
thing. You have
I'll
a
listen to
break.
podcasts or watch shows or something like that.
You don't
Or
have
do you
like
mean?
one album that you just keep going back
That's
to
what I was
that
about to
you're
say. You
like,
meant other music.
yeah.
Um, I have playlists like that, I guess. Yeah, of old music. Yeah, I have playlists, but not like yeah specific
What's your
albums.
favorite
Sometimes, but
album of all
yeah,
time?
Blonde.
By Frank Ocean?
Yeah,
That's a good album.
no question.
Yeah.
No question.
It's to me.
Dude, that's my favorite Shroom album. Like I'll put, Planet Earth on mute and then just start playing Blonde and it syncs up perfectly with everything.
I
Like you just
when
see a
I
bunch of like you see a gazelle getting chased by like 60 lions and like Godspeed's playing and you're like, oh, no.
my first few years living down here, I had a show called Playlist Earth, where me and these two other guys would go to bars and project Planet Earth and then mute it and then DJ to it. And we would DJ very specific music that we picked out ahead of time. And it was fucking hilarious because you could take a scene, like a fucked up scene, and make it funny or even more fucked up with the music or like emotional. It was crazy. And we did it like at Glasslands and 285 Kent and bars and Park Slope and stuff. Playlist Earth. It was incredible.
It's like you're
Yeah.
watching Silo and like the boys are back in town comes on when like all the kids are eating.
Well, do you know the scene where the zebra gets eaten by the alligator, like the real famous scene?
Oh, oh, okay. Now I know which one you're talking
It's
about.
going in slow motion. There's a zebra
Yeah.
jumping, trying to get away. There's an alligator clearly catching it and eating it. We played Dead Prez, the hip hop during that shit. That shit went crazy. This is really then. It was a really good show, man. It was um I should bring that back. That shit was fun.
Was it the same thing like every time? Like you guys like
No, it was different
fine-tuned it?
episodes. It was yeah, we fine-tuned it, and stuff would happen where all of a sudden the lyrics would match up every once in a while. I'd be like, "That's fucking weird. We didn't plan," like that sort of shit happens. But yeah, the playlists were picked ahead of time for each specific episode. Mountains, underwater, shit like that, and the music had themes and matched and we
Mm.
planned out the transitions to like work with the music and stuff.
The power of art.
Yeah.
Joe, what if I told you that the U.S. Defense Department had a budget for you to bring back this show, but instead of Planet Earth, you show footage of recently one.
Okay, let's stop right here. Let's stop right here.
I would say no.
I would say, give me a number. Like, how much money do you think the defense contractors paid South by Southwest? Millions? Billions?
They're a super sponsor, man. Like, yeah, they pay them so much money.
I don't even know if it works that way, right? Like whoever's on the board at South by Southwest gets to, whatever that, however many people that is. It's probably just like a who knows who and who's friends with who. Like That's how most of the stuff happens.
Honestly,
Even if they
they
came to
probably
them
just
with,
like they probably just told the director of partnerships like we got a drone right above your house, dude. Like, yeah, 10 mil, take it, 10 mil, take it or leave it. Yeah.
So my favorite tweet about all this is South by Southwest responding to itself, and they say the Army's sponsorship is part of our commitment to bring forward ideas that shape our world. And then they said that the company in question is giving entrepreneurs visibility and funding for potentially game-changing work. What game do you think they're changing?
so stupid, man.
Modern Warfare.
Yeah, Call of Duty.
Yes,
They
that's a
No,
really
literal.
know
not Call of Duty.
No,
It's like
that was a literal
generally
answer.
Modern Warfare.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Because, like you said, there's tech fucking expos down there too, right? Like it's not just music, so they're down there recruiting, and they're not going to say no to the army, and it's not because of the amount of money; it's because of whoever's on the board of
it's,
directors,
it's
whoever
because of the
owns.
army, and they'll kill you if you don't.
Not even that. Like private companies can say no to shit, but small ones, that are probably more likely to be owned by maybe a guy who like isn't like isn't like 70-year-old. Who owns South by Southwest?
Mr. South by.
Yeah, but it's a privately owned company, right? It's not like a
Is George
state.
South and Stephen Southwest?
Yeah, Tom South, Mary by.
It's the CEO of South by Southwest is a guy named Roland Swenson, which sounds like a Parks and Rec name.
Yeah, Ron Swanson.
I want to say something
Yeah.
mean, but I want us to have a panel there next year, so I'm gonna shut up.
Oh, you just whispered in my ear. I'll say it because I'm not coming. This guy looks like an
Yeah,
egg.
you're not allowed to come, so yeah.
Well, I could if I wanted to. He was a producer on Flight of the Conchords. Oh, the Texan Odyssey, and then yeah, this guy's a fucking nerd, bro. Let me see his LinkedIn. Let's see what he's working with. Senior project manager. Oh, he doesn't even work for South by Southwest anymore. He has 7 connections on LinkedIn. This is fucking pathetic. This can't be the same Roland
Okay,
Swenson.
just so you know, Steven, or I forget what your name is. I'm assuming it's Steven. Yeah, this is Slava's opinion, and he's not even allowed in the States. So, like, do not hold this against
Yeah.
the country as a whole.
Yeah, I'm about to
Well,
say this.
fuck them
I'm saying
anyway.
this.
They're down with the army. Who fuck cares?
No, I'm saying this. I'm saying this through Trey's mouth. Trey, go.
No, well, I'm just saying I don't want him to squash us. Yeah,
Man.
I feel like he's capable of that.
There's 4 of them anyway. There's 4 founders.
Yeah, all it takes is one of them. Peter Thiel wasn't the only founder of PayPal. And look what he can do to people.
He was just the coolest one in hindsight.
Yeah, if he can get like washed up Hulk Hogan to goddamn help bring down an enemy. What happens when he pays The Rock to bring down us, okay?
It would be actually so much cooler if South by Southwest.
Imagine if The Rock called you a Rudy Poo candy ass. You'd never live it down.
Do you know how much shit we're gonna have to cut out of this
I
episode?
can't believe we're gonna act like nothing happened.
It's funny to
here.
just throw up a random episode anyway.
I'm texting Drew real quick. He's got to come on and like just thug this out for a little bit because he needs to know like
He's not even sick.
Okay, so what has been happening? Is there like, can I like adjudicate something?
How much money do you want from the American military, and for what?
I mean, none. For not being affiliated with them. I would take money from
them to pay us money so we don't mention them.
Yeah, I would take money from the military to not mention them because I would do that anyways.
We should mention them poorly so that they pay us to stop, like a blackmail thing.
Where'd they kill us? Also, real quick, before we close out, RIP Aaron Bushnell and RIP the person who whistle blew on Boeing and ended up dead.
That was crazy. Why did like
yeah?
That guy did.
We all know what happened there, but we're just not allowed to say it because then we'll get sued. But like, we all have a slight idea of what may or may not have happened there. And I'm talking about they took a Boeing plane somewhere and that shit fell out the sky. I'm definitely not anything nefarious happened here.
Well, you know what they say, Trey? When the Boeing gets tough, the tough get Boeing.
Oh, God.
But when the Boeing gets tough, the Boeing gets you unalived. But yeah.
I hate that, by the way. Why do we have to say unalive now? Why can't we just say killed themselves?
Because now you're fucking up the algorithm and the filters. So like, yeah.
Well, also, like,
That's on you. That's on you. Yeah. Now this episode is gonna do like 1,000 less listens than it would have. Because
I mean, also, like,
Patreon heard you say the K word. So yeah.
Death is like it's more of a spectrum than people like give it credit for. Like you can be legally dead and come back. And in that case, like it's like you're unalive. All right, listen.
Drew, what's your Joe Budden podcast sleeper of the week?
Fucking. All right, so over the weekend, I went to the big shoegaze festival in Philly that was like Nothing and Swirlies and They're Gutting a Body of Water and Knife Play and a bunch of other bands. And that is not where I got COVID, weirdly.
How is that possible?
Because everybody that went has never been outside.
No. They're all like, yeah, it's like one of those situations. No, it's like, no, all the people who were at the shoegaze thing were mostly like 40-year-old punks or like ex-punks who seem like responsible now. But no, on Thursday we went to dinner at like the
wet market
restaurant. Yeah, we ate pangolin. And I think that might have been the thing that put me over the edge. But
wait, you ate what?
No, I was kidding. Pangolin.
Armadillo.
Like,
oh, okay.
No, of course I wouldn't eat pangolin. We ate bat, dumbass.
Are you saying pangolin or penguin?
Pangolin.
What is a pangolin?
It's one of the animals that they blamed COVID on.
I only heard about the bat.
Isn't it just an armadillo?
No, this is different.
Rebrand.
This is different than an armadillo. It's less belly.
Well, listen, I got to get my Joe Budden podcast style sleeper off so I can get off this call. Because sitting up makes me feel like I want to die. But
you should drink 6 beers.
I'm absolutely. If I had any, no, I'm on Paxlovid, so I think like you explode if you drink. Also, you're not supposed to smoke weed on Paxlovid, apparently. Well, it has to do with your liver or something. Like your liver is like a filter.
It regrows. It's fine.
All right. Anyways, my Joe Budden podcast style sleeper is Catch a Fade by Nothing.
Nice.
Which is from their 2020 album, The Great Dismal. I would have named something more obscure, but I'm sitting up is like not a good feeling for me right now. But yeah, Catch a Fade is cool because it's like shoegaze, but it's also about how he will shoot you. So it's like shoot.
This is shoegaze?
Yeah, this is what shoegaze is.
Oh, okay.
Shoegaze is like, you can move a lot of indie bands into and out of shoegaze.
Yeah.
Depending on the song that they write or release that, on that.
Yeah.
Lots of indie rock bands have shoegaze sounding songs.
Yeah.
It's called shoegaze because this is what you listen to as you're leaving the venue?
No. It's like effects pedals. It's characterized by like guitar effects pedals, and so they are like looking at their shoes a lot.
This cover
the musician's gazing at their shoes. I see.
Yeah. Slava, you would like Nothing. Nicky, their lead singer, when he was like 18, he went to prison for stabbing a guy outside of a Blink-182 concert.
For what? Because he wouldn't take off his shirt and jacket?
Exactly. I want too much effort. That was a good joke.
Thank you. All right, Drew, thank you so much for coming on Nersy. You've been our favorite guest. Is there anything you want to plug?
I can't wait for Drew to listen to this episode and just be like, oh my God. Yeah.
I absolutely can wait for myself to listen to this episode. I would like to plug Paxlovid.
That's right. We're sponsored by Pfizer, boys.
Yeah. You mean that strong Paxlovid? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm smoking on that Pax. Also, the Department of Defense. They presented. Yeah, the DoD stage was actually programmed by Nersy. All right, bye.
Thanks for coming on the show, Drew.
Trey, do you have one, Slava?
Oh, I definitely have one.
Right,
type in Young Buck, The Way I Move.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So Young Buck sampled a Sade song, and it's fucking beautiful because he's rapping some of the best raps he's ever done. But also it's like a true to life... you hear that? That's a pure Sade sample.
My nigga detail be like, man, you remind me of Pop. I'll be like, the Outlaws
be saying that same shit.
Rest in peace. Hey. I just know I move different.
I'm turning it up on my computer.
I done see some real niggas start telling. Hey, make a nigga move different. I know niggas strapped that's convicted felons.
Okay, we need to start doing videos so that people can see Baba acting.
Some niggas got packs that is not selling. That mean you need to move different. Position of power, bitch, I will not lose. And I'm knowing these niggas is not moving.
Moving the way that I move. That's Young Buck, The Way I Move.
Young Buck has 892,000 monthly listeners. Good for him.
Stay fly.
Yeah, most of that is Stay Fly.
Well, yeah.
Trey, what's your Joe Budden podcast style sleeper?
So in honor of St. Patrick's Day, which is probably gonna come out after this, but I met some Irish rappers over the weekend.
Joe Budden.
In the bar, and their name's a Kneecap.
Kneecap spelled like kneecap?
Knee. Knee. Cap.
Right.
All one word.
Damn, they got half of Young Buck's monthly listeners.
Not even half. They're fun though. And because it's a friend of mine, her husband.
What song?
It's from Ireland, and he knew them. So I went to go visit her when she was working at the bar before I went to work, and he brought them in. And no, that's not the song I would play, but which is a good one. HOOD.
So all their songs
they were on Kimmel on fucking Friday. And then the first thing the dude said to me was like, how do you like New York? He was like, just throwing fucking advertisements at me all the time, man. I fucking hate capitalism. And I was like, oh, well, the same thing. I've been listening to them this week and they're pretty fun, you know? Cool.
Chucky or la, get the blitz out loud. A one-way ticket, please, I've lost my bus pass. It's Jackson off, he's looking so tense, man. The Kylie fucking region ish, man. Keep her let the fucker fucking fuck off. Jesus said on the cross. The tens of booze,
what the fuck?
And the fog is the lost. Who's next? Me, miss. Someone you like.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I do like how everybody in the world has appropriated the wiping your nose thing as a signifier of like, yeah, I'm hard. I've killed people. It's a new teardrop.
Except you can't really get that one tattooed as like subtly.
No, yeah, you have to.
Like if you get like a hand with a finger on your nose hair on your face, it's just like, nah. Let's look into his fucking history.
Joe, what about you? What's your Joe Budden?
Yeah.
Joe, what's your Joe Budden podcast style sleeper of the week?
This artist McG, mk.gee.
Another Irish
this is good
rapper.
as shit. I listened to this the other day. Yeah.
The album's
He
called
helped
Two Star and the Dream Police.
Yeah,
Wasn't it like best new music or some shit?
probably.
On what?
It's very popular. He's tapped in with like he's not.
Ooh.
There's this artist from a couple years ago put out a couple years ago, Dijon. This artist named Dijon.
Oh, DJ Mustard.
Oh yeah.
No, just Dijon.
Are you talking about formerly Honey Dijon or just regular? Or, yeah.
Nah, this is hard. I'm gonna add this to my thing right now. What's up?
This guy. So this guy, I heard this album in 2021. This guy that we're listening to now was a guitar player on that album, and this is his solo album. And this whole shit is very weird, very fucking weird. It's like R&B-ish, but like fucking, you know, all fucked up.
Somebody told me to put this on in the shop, and I was like, okay. And I was like, oh, this is very good. And I'm glad it's not 10 p.m. Otherwise, I'd be pissed off I was listening to it now. A Friday.
Also, what is this ripping off right here? When you shake it up, baby, now. Twist and shout?
Twist and shout.
Right here, listen. Coming up, hold on. Doesn't that sound like Twist and Shout? When you shake it up, baby.
I was gonna say somebody that I used to know.
Anyway, I think that song is great. This whole album's good.
So that's mk.gee for listeners of the show.
I think it's pronounced McG. But yeah, mk.gee.
MKG. Anyway, I've been
Hey,
trained.
you should join the army.
Slava. Fuck you, dude. So
I'm
yeah,
Slava.
I'm Trey. That was Slava, who is going to remain blocked on all my social media platforms.
One, man. Just
our
give me one.
producer,
I've been back on
Joe.
Snapchat.
AKA Steel Tip Dove. AKA probably the only reasonable person on this episode.
And a short.
He was here for a little bit, but
Yeah,
he's not here to
shout out to
defend
Drew
himself.
Miller.
Like, yeah, it's actually no. I'm gonna be nice to Drew because he didn't say anything egregious like certain other people did here.